everybody, and welcome to GC2MT. My name is GC, and this is the Battlefield of Napoleon Total War. Now, this is a multiplayer game, and I really haven't had a lot of chance to play this. I've mainly played it with one particular friend of mine, and as you can see, what we're doing here is I got it paused, and we're getting started on a multiplayer battle. And it's myself as the Dutch, and my friend as the British. I won't be mentioning his name on the internet, because he is quite afraid of people finding out who he is. But I will point out he is actually British in real life. There's some of his boys. And as you may have seen in those last few images, this is actually a map centered around a town with two strategic bridges. There are also two strategic fjords. There's his fjord-blocking fjords over there. They'll run through the woods, I believe, and take up blocking position. There's his howitzers. I also used howitzers. We're probably scrolling back towards my end of things in a sec. Game's just started. So I have two howitzers stacked. We both stuck with howitzers thanks to the particulars of this map. We found that in city combat, you don't want flat fire trajectory weapons. You're going to see why in a minute. So there's my boys all moving in. You control roughly what I'd say is maybe a divisional-sized army in this, so pretty big. Now here's the French. Oh shit. Ah shit. Ah shit. Look how many of them there are. Oh my god. Here we go. Slow pan. Slow pan. There's more. Oh, look at those little buggers. Those are voltigeurs. They're the light infantry. They love to hide in the woods. And line infantry, more line infantry, cannons. More line infantry. Oh god, they just keep going. They just keep going and going. Yeah, so this match was actually reasonably fair. We had two French armies up against us, and it is AI, but they were set on pretty high difficulty, if I remember correctly, and they do give us a decent run for our money. Yeah, they stretch a pretty long way, and they had a lot of lancers, and lancers are pretty nasty if they actually manage to charge you, so you can see some of them moving out there. For my fjord there, my blocking fjords is pretty much just one unit of skirmishers, because the French really slowly move on that bridge. So there's me Nassau Jagers, my version of riflemen, and setting up their spikes, and here I am setting up around this little bridge here. I put down my more Jagers there, backed up by light infantry. I found out more recently it's actually better to put the light infantry in front, in skirmish formation, and the skirmishers behind, not in skirmish formation. Go figure. But it's because they're overlapping fields of fire. The skirmishers, these guys here, they have a longer range than the regular troops, the regular light infantry. So what you actually get is a really good overlapping field of fire if you have your skirmishers standing up behind your light infantry crouching. So your Jaegers actually fire a shitload further over the top. Anyway, things are probably getting underway. You can see some cannonballs flying there. I'm going to zoom in. This is the problem with flat fire trajectory weapons and not sighting them well. So, these guys have got flat fire cannons, which they've put behind a hill. Observe. I'm loading the gun. Ha ha ha. Boof. And toi. Sorry, that was deux. But you get the idea. They basically hit the side of the hill and shot straight up in the air. Didn't do shit. So here we go. Here's the French cavalry charging over the river. Now I'm making a promise right now. I'm not going to make any jokes about Frenchmen running away. I actually have a great deal of respect for the French. They're beautiful people. Oh my. And that's what happens when the metal meets the meat. So, yeah, gonna steer a little bit clear of the old French jokes there because, to be perfectly frank, they're a bit tasteless, especially when you consider the amount of awesomeness that Napoleon managed to pull off. There's my two ranks of howitzers, one behind the other. Like the opposite of those flat fire trajectory weapons, you can see these ones, if you look closely, they actually arc way over the top of your troops. So, yeah, doing a pretty good job there, boys. Keep it up. And this is where, oh dear, oh god, oh dear, oh, and the valiant Frenchman, oh, white flag, yeah, I'm not saying anything. In fact, I'm actually going to blame it on the horses there, and I'm going to say it wasn't the men, it was the horses, and the reason behind that is because horses are the most negative of all animals. There's my British mates. Yeah, I got some Frenchies over there. Yeah, horses are the most negative of all animals. Whenever you ask them what they want to do, you're like, "Shall we do this?" They always say nay. I'll hit myself. Yeah, hang on a sec. Ow! Ah! Ah! Ow! Ow! Yeah, sorry about that. Hey, Nasho infantry. I don't know how they got in. I think we built up the French army so big, and I guess we just chucked in national servicemen at the end just for fun. And look, again, more lancers. This was the stupid part at the beginning of their game. I honestly think the French would have done a lot better, but the AI has some limitations. Because I put my skirmishers at the front, the AI's natural inclination is to send forward cavalry. Even though my skirmishers are well prepared and on the other side of a fucking bridge, forcing the cavalry through a choke point. Here you can see the French infantry pouring across. Ow. You can see over there in the background, that's the British line letting go musket volleys. There we go, nice little zoom in. Love my camera work there. Yeah, I'm not patting myself on the back. That's how I normally play Napoleon. I'm always like getting into the matrix. Now, one thing I'll have to apologize is the lack of sound. That was not done on purpose. I've only just bought Fraps, and this was me testing out how Fraps works, and it's taken me a while to actually get sound working, but at the moment it's actually working pretty good. Oh dear, oh god, look at those volleys. Now that's concentrated fire right there. So yeah, oh dear, oh boys, man, 1944, the beaches of Omaha. That's a long way off, guys. You're not supposed to be bursting into flames like that yet. But yeah, again, so you can see here musket volleys. There's the regular line infantry. Only their front rank can actually volley, whereas these light infantry, they can actually spew out from the entire unit, which is why they're generally better at firepower. Now here we go. Here's the first real action, and this is where it started to get fun. The French actually are pushing across this bridge, and I believe it's their voltigeurs that are the first to show up. Yeah, voltigeurs. Here they come. Just cruising, just like, I do not have to explain myself to you. I'm going to walk across this bridge, and you do not like it. I shall come across, and I shall fart in your general direction. Votre direction. Anyway, I think I just said I'd fart at your address. Anyway, so there go the voltigeurs. They actually do a pretty good job of holding up there. You can see their morale is cracking already. They're getting a lot of accurate fire from those Nassau Jagers. I went Dutch in this because I'd never really had a lot of experience with them, and I just thought it'd be interesting. So, yes, my fellow player, you may notice I don't actually focus a hell of a lot of attention on him, which I probably should have. I probably should have shown you more of what he was doing. I do try and keep him in the loop. He's a good player, and for what I'll say here, he performed admirably, sorry. Here you go, my light, I believe they're light dragoons or possibly hussar. They're light dragoons, yeah. As you can see, they're actually pushing across this fjord here, and they smack into some voltigeurs. I think I actually sent them on the charge while it was just voltigeurs, but these line infantry actually showed up, and in this kind of slog, in the really shitty terrain, you can see the light dragoons have pretty much ground to a halt. But I noticed that in time to actually, as you can see, I've actually managed to pull them away, and I don't think I lost one of them. They actually all managed to escape there, and with light cavalry, what you pretty much always want to do is get them behind your enemy's lines. They are not there so much for the shock value as the morale effect. Get them behind your enemy, and that causes a shitload of negative effect. So here I think this is where the young guard actually push across this little bridge here, and oh yeah, they make it through. They make it through alright. It gets pretty intense over there. So yeah, they finally pushed through the fjord. Here we go, my boys. As you can see, they managed to push right through. I think they took some damage there from artillery fire. The French actually managed to get a few good shots off once they finally had someone on their side of the river. Again, poorly placed guns, one of the weaknesses of the AI. And as you can see, here's one of the strengths of the AI. They will bull rush you when they get a good chance in. So here's they come across the river, the young guard. I think before I accidentally slipped into a Spanish accent. So again, sorry about there being no sound. I shall provide my own sound effects. Here come the horses. See, here's where the French actually got across with cavalry, And this is the problem is when cavalry go through rough terrain, as you saw before, my light cav actually got through. I pulled them out. There we go. You just routed those French there. I actually pulled my cavalry through rather than engaging the line infantry. If you engage them in the front, especially in bad terrain when you don't have any momentum with cavalry, it's going to hurt. And that's what happens here. He pretty much swamps this side of the bridge with firepower and line infantry. You can see them really trying to push through there, and it ain't happening. I think they lose a general in a few seconds. But they're doing the same on my side. Here's my boys. They're just chilling. I don't know, how's the Dutch accent go? Like, you see the Frenchman over there? Christ, that was Sean Connery. I can't do Dutch. The only experience I really have of Dutch is that third Austin Powers movie. Yeah, we're going to get across the river then, and we're going to find a way around the back. Whatever. So you can see here I form up all around this fjord. I get plenty of troops there. I had a big reserve. I think my mate got pissed at me that I didn't engage my reserve more in town, but honestly I don't think I need to. We will zoom back. Here we go. We'll zoom back, and as you can see, they are hammering through, but they can't break me because they're taking too much damage going over the river. We both set up fairly defensively in this map, and I really don't know. If we're up against a human player, I imagine it would be a real skirmish fest. It would be like, neither one of you want to cross the river because this happens. So it's like a case of, well, you got to force your way through somewhere. You're going to have to put maximum effort into forcing at least one hole. So as you can see here, I've got my line infantry in amongst my light infantry. The light infantry won't shoot the line infantry in the back, but the line infantry will shoot over the lights. Good to go. Now here's where it all worked out. So these guys, I think I had a little break there. Like, oh, ja! Oh, hang on. Oh, ja! Okay, we're all good. Here they come, flying into the back. Yeah, this is gonna be fucking awesome. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. So this is a bit of sandwiching tactic here, because at the same time, those light cav have got into the back. They alone probably could have done a lot of damage, but it's what's coming from the other side that's actually going to snap this. My friend has never really spoken very highly of heavy cavalry, and I do. I actually use a lot of heavy cavalry, and this is why. Here they come. These are Dutch carabiniers, and they're the same. They're similar to the French carabiniers or carabiners, whatever you'd like to call them. They're essentially a heavy cavalry. They don't actually use carbines, as their name would suggest. I don't know what the go was with the Dutch, but I do know that the French did originally employ them as carbiners. They had some problems. Oh god. It's the Somme, like 80 years in advance. Probably more. It's probably 90 years in advance. So, yeah, as you can see, the French attempts to fjord and cross those bridges did not go well, and my mate is already pushing his way up here. He's managed to smash his British through the town. I think there was actually one non-bridge way through. Oh no, he's just crossed the river. And the French are actually in a bit of trouble now because he's punctured a hole in their lines. And here's where my boys have engaged. So my carabiniers have engaged the remains of the French lancers. And at this point, the French pretty much abandon all attempts to go through town. And they pull a big wheel towards me because I actually get the bulk of my army across this fjord pretty quickly. I actually had relatively few units guarding that one bridge, and it was all about, I wanted to do a big refused flank, just completely turn this entire flank of the battlefield. So, yeah, here comes some Nashos trying to shore up this flank, and up. Oh, man. Like, walking on, okay, we have to get over, oh shit, wrong accent. We have to get over there and show up this line, and oh shit, what is that coming over the hill? So you can see now, almost their entire army is reorganizing to face me on this flank. They did more or less abandon the city altogether and are almost ignoring the British force altogether. I'd say ignoring, but they probably just didn't have the forces to cover both, and here he is, concentrated volleys, he's pushing through, he's just tearing up that side. His fjord guard have now charged across, that side of the army's gone. didn't notice his cavalry throughout the entire thing. He's not a big cavalryman. Here you can see what happens when cavalry charge the front of a formation. If you look carefully there, you'll see the French cavalry have more or less been blitzed. So, this is coming into the final stretch. He actually suffered pretty hard. He got up me after this battle because he ended up pretty much nailing in. A couple of sharpshooters here, taking pot shots at his reorganizing force. Yeah, he had to take on basically the brunt of it at the beginning, but as you can see, it shifted towards me at the end. Yeah, here we go. So here's my force. Look at that, look at that. The Dutch are coming! Oh shit! Look how many fucking Dutch there are! They do actually catch me a little bit by surprise here in my organization, and yes, there are some old guard in here, and they are actually the most dangerous troops in the entire game. They are deadly. They are line infantry that can outshoot most other infantry. Here's my guys chilling, getting ready for the final maneuver. So I pretty much hastily set up my dudes here. This is what I love about this period of warfare. The balls it takes to wander that close. And then, oh shit, get the fuck out of there, go, go, go! There's French oh shit! So they actually do, the French you can see here, they actually do go for a pretty nasty maneuver. I'm sending my grenadiers around these houses. The French actually charge for bayonets, and they have guardsmen in there, and grenadiers. They go me like going down fighting. But at this point, it's pretty much done. See, I got a good couple of attack columns there. Here come my grenadiers rounding the building, and what's behind them? Heavy cavalry. Hey guys. So it's about this point, I think, yep, these guys are going to round the building. I wish I had some coconuts, and I could make the horse sound effects for you. But you got to imagine the sheer terror as this happens. Ooh, nasty. Yeah, so that doesn't go well for them. Here come my grenadiers. They're pulling around the corner, coming into dock. Money's changing hands, and there's the old guard. Sandwich time. Gonna make a French sandwich. I would say something about sexual practices, but I'm not in the mood. So yeah, basically the old guard, they actually fight to the last man. I mean, look at them. They have been charged from every angle, and their leadership is not cracking. If you look barely, you can see above their flags the almost full green bars, and they're fighting in every direction. But this is the point. Their general ends up in combat with my heavy cavalry, and it's only a matter of time. Guys are going to slowly go down. General's going to break. And boom. We're looking here really carefully. I'm pretty sure you can see some nasty combat on the go. So the heavy cavalry are pulling in. If you look carefully, just going to zoom right in now. Just look at that. Bottom middle. Watch this. Watch this. Check this guy out. Check this guy out. My dude gets in there. Okay. Yeah. Oh, look, there it is. There it is. Oh, he just fucking choked a bitch. I am renaming that Dutchman Wayne Brady. He just choked out that old guardsman. So all I got left, look at these guys. Again, flat fire trajectory where, oh no, they're actually howitzers, but yeah, firing straight into a building. Nice, nice. Alright, I think that's just about it, wrapping up. So, yeah, thanks to my mate for playing. Here's some combat statistics if you want to check out how well we did. I think he beat me in score, I beat him slightly in kills. All in all, great match. Absolutely fantastic. It's a great game. I'd love to teach you all how to play it. And yeah, this is probably the most fun I've had in a while, and this is my first test of Frap. So, GC2MT, I don't really have much else to say. Yeah, except that I guess I wouldn't get away with this without slightly backhandedly insulting my friend, and I'll say he did a great job. Yep. Like all British, he fought predictably well, but predictably. So that's why I focused on me. See ya.